How's it going, guys? It's Arden, and I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere. I'm out in the middle of nowhere so I can introduce my new car. It's right here in front of me, but y'all can't see it yet. Just a little introduction. I'm Arden, of course, I just said that. But this is going to be like my car-related channel. Haven't decided what to call it yet, so right now it's going to be Tennessee Cruiser. I can't think of a good name for it, but if you don't know, I'm a big car guy, and I love cars. I love building cars. I love working on cars. And before, I had just a 2011 Chevy Malibu. Wasn't very cool, you know. It's just a family sedan. You can't do much work to it to make it kind of cool. So I was like, I need something cool and something I can work on and maybe show you guys a little bit about it. I'm sorry about the sun being right here. I went on the hunt and was looking around, and it just so happened that my brother-in-law and my sister just had a baby, so they needed a 4-door car, and he happened to have a 2-door car that he needed to get rid of. So we decided to do a little dealing, and we traded. So this will be the introduction to my new car, and hopefully I can do some more videos related to it and kind of show y'all the whole progress. And I plan on going to some car meets and car shows, and hopefully you guys tagging along with me and showing you kind of some shows and some progress and stuff. I just smacked a bee out of there. But so here's my new car. So right here is my new car. It is a 2008 Altima Coupe. This is the 3.5 SE. So yes, it has the 3.5 V6 with a manual transmission. I absolutely love this car so far. It is awesome. Excuse the fog on this headlight right here. It's looking a little ugly. I will call this this is a very good sleeper. Like I said, it is a 3.5 V6, as you can tell right here. It has 270 horsepower, and it also has 258 foot-pounds of torque, which in a car kind of related to this in power and torque is a Subaru WRX. Not an STI, but a WRX, just a regular WRX. Has about the same number. It does go 0 to 60 in about 5.8 seconds, so it's kind of quick, but it's not like the quickest thing in the world. Hopefully we can fix that and make it very quick. Later on down the road, I plan on doing some stuff with that. It is front wheel drive. I mean, it's not like the WRX. It's not all wheel drive. I wish it was, but it is front wheel drive. It is rated at 19 city and about 27 highway, which is about 22 combined. So it's not the best numbers, but it's fairly decent. Has a 20-gallon fuel tank, which is actually kind of surprising. I expected it to have worse, but it is not that bad. Weighs about 3,200 pounds, which is about 600 pounds lighter than a GTR. But then again, a GTR is twin turboed and has a lot more power than this thing does, but it is very light. And it is also about 15 foot long. That's about 4 inches shorter than a GTR, and it is also about 2 inches taller than a GTR. So it's a very similar car, similar like size to a GTR. Now my car is the winter frost metallic color, as you can tell. I'm sorry if the lighting is not that great. It does have the 17-inch factory rims. I believe this is the only rims that comes on it in 2008. There only was two models of these, which is the 3.5 SE, which is the model I have, and a 2.5 S, which is the 4-cylinder model. This is the 3.5 SE, so I think it is a slightly better package than that one. It's got two 1555 tires on it, so I mean they're fairly good looking, as you can tell. They're all right. This car does have a sunroof, which is actually kind of surprising, but it does have a sunroof. It is very sporty, surprisingly. It will corner fairly well. I do love the design of the coupe version, with this long slope back roof right here. I love that. Looks good with a little tiny window in the back. I love the way this car looks. One thing I do love is the blinkers on the mirrors right here. I believe they look very, very good. They kind of stand out just from a plain white mirror. I love that about this car. And I actually love, it's hard to tell, but it actually has a little bit of a diffuser on it. It's very hard to see, and the dual exhaust I love. Of course, it's a V6 model, so it does have dual exhaust, and I believe the 2.5 also has dual exhaust. So I plan to kind of debadge this right here, because this is the only indication you can tell that it's a V6. I plan on debadging it so people don't know it's a V6 model. The car also has the smart key access where you can just push the button to lock it on the side and push it to unlock it, and you can open the door with just the key in your pocket. You do not need the fob out. I love that too. That was an upgrade that I had other from the Malibu. This is the charcoal interior, I do believe. Very good looking interior, I think. Like I said, this model does have the smart key access to where all you have to do is push in the clutch, push this button, and it starts. I do really like the way these gauges look, and on the left you have your tax, speedo in the middle, and your fuel gauge and your temperature right there. Do love the way they look with the orange around the gauges. Do love that. Also the start button lights up orange. I don't know if you can tell that or not, but I do love the way these look. This model does have the very, very, very base stereo and manual climate control. There's only 6 speakers in here, with two in the dash, and then 2 in each door, and also in the rear deck. Back here, back there, I believe those are 6x9s back there. Sorry about my bag being in the back seat. Similar styling right there, but there's really not much to talk about in the interior. There's nothing really fancy. It's very base model, or my Malibu was very loaded out compared to this model, but I do miss that, but oh well. Trunk does have a decent amount of space. It's obviously not the best because it is a coupe. There is a decent amount of space here. To pop the trunk, you can either use your key fob, use the button inside the door, or there is a button right here. If you have the key fob on you, right here, you can just push that button. Mine does not work. I would show you that, but mine does not work. I actually just ordered a new button, so hopefully that will fix that problem. All right, now let's go take it for a drive, and I'll tell you a little bit more about maybe my plans and what I plan to do to this.